Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
It's your fault today, not mine.
It's my fault. We're a little bit late this morning. My microphone wasn't working. My cam mic might be on the fritz. I might need a new mic soon. Good morning, everybody. Just to do the little bit of housekeeping to get us started. Apologies for the tardiness. Up in the top, in your URL, don't forget to jot down your URL dashboard. It's webinar.anymeeting.com/352-472-028 to get back in quickly. 352-472-028. Again, if you thought of any questions from yesterday, feel free to put them up in that blue box, question mark box. If you're on the app, just click on the blue box. It will cascade out and it'll cascade back when you click it again so that you can continue to watch. Attendee chat, go ahead, throw some stuff in there. I know today is there's more items that Gabrielle states that I will try to put in there. So take a look through that before the end. Because if I put in an email address or a website or anything like that, it'll be in there as she's going through it. I just tend to pop things in there. That being said, don't forget to click that button if you're on the app so it cascades back and forth. Don't lose us. Gabrielle, I shall hand it over to you. I think that's what we really need for them to know.
I'm lazy today.
You're lazy today? Okay, I'm going to say one more thing then. Give me 1 week for your certificates.
Yes, correct.
Please don't email me right away. It'll take up to a week for your certificates.
Exactly.
And what do we need to get Gabrielle energetic? How about let's see some claps, some emojis, some heart eyes.
Dear.
Make sure you guys can hear us. Yeah, there we go. Hey, there we go.
That gets me going every time.
There's some energy for you. They got the energy. It's a beautiful day out there.
Thank you. So today, thank you, Chris, very much. We're doing module 4, 5, and 6. The good news is today's probably going to be shorter than yesterday. So thank you for your enthusiasm and your claps and your emojis at the bottom. I appreciate that very much. I'm going to turn my camera off because, as I say, I want to make the image larger, and we'll turn it on again at the end. Thank you. Let me turn it off. There we are. Okay. All right. So let's dive right in. We are now going to do a little tiny bit of recap of yesterday. So yesterday we focused on your website, and I focused on you gotta niche your website to the business strategy of the type of market that you're going to go after, whether it's a neighborhood, whether it's a type of client, whether it's a type of real estate. I sell luxury condos in downtown Toronto. That's my niche. And this would be some of the ideas around trying to put together your strategy for social media. And again, looking for information that's going to support, and your posts that are going to support you selling luxury condos in downtown Toronto, in my example. And your website, having, when they first log in, they can see waterfront, whatever, as you see here. And that was what we focused on yesterday. A big part of yesterday was that. And then I showed you how I went into Google and I typed in luxury condos in downtown Toronto. And I showed you the two top ones were the ads underneath. That's the organic, and this one website being in the #1 position. We looked at that, and I just wanted to go back and remind you of that, because there's that website. If you haven't yet gone to this website and taken a deep dive, make sure you do, because it really gives you a great idea of what your goal is in your niche. It's not that you're going to be doing downtown Toronto. You're going to do whatever you want to do. So if you're doing, as I said earlier, if you're doing I sell Toronto West real estate kind of thing, then you're going to do perhaps Mississauga, Oakville, Burlington. Maybe that's where you're going to do. Or you sell East End, so maybe you sell Durham. So you're going to do, obviously Oshawa, Pickering, Ajax kind of thing. So that can all, and then you could break it down into neighborhoods. I just want to make sure you understand that that is the direction you need to take your website, your social media marketing, supporting that. And the more articles and content, whether it's your website articles, your social media articles, the more you do supporting your niche, that's when Google starts to really zero in on you. That's when they start to really notice you. And that's when they start to move you up. But it's all based on how often you post and how often you add articles to your website in conjunction with your niche. That is the most important thing that I wanted you to take away from yesterday's session, that it's all based on that. And that's what's really going to drive Google to keep coming back to your website, keep indexing your articles. And each time they index an article, it's like brownie points, if you will. It's like, think of it as a flight of stairs, and you got to go up 1,000,000 stairs. And every time they come back and index your articles that you're posting or on your website, you've climbed a few stairs. So think of it that way, okay? Because that is definitely the way that is going to make more sense to you. So, okay, we're now talking about Instagram, and Instagram is owned, as you know, and managed, owned and run by Facebook. So, if you're going to do any kind of Instagram marketing, any kind of ads, when you're going to do any kind of pay-per-click ads like you do in Google, and you want to do some social media marketing in Instagram, you would, of course, have to go into the Facebook advertising section to manage your advertising with Instagram. And that's very beneficial because whatever you're doing on Instagram can easily be moved over to Facebook and vice versa. So Instagram is a powerful platform that really is wonderful for promoting any visual stuff, because it was really designed for the visual, meaning photos. And, that's why they call it Instagram kind of thing. So it really was designed in that way. You can connect directly with your audience, run ads. They have stories we're going to talk about, and Reels is a big thing now. Reels was designed to compete with TikTok. As we know, TikTok is quite famous now, and it's getting more and more and more famous. I don't know if you've ever watched any TikTok or if you've ever loaded it on your cell phone or on your desktop. It's really a fun app, and there's some interesting stuff there. And what I love about social media, and I see somebody putting a thumbs up, I appreciate that, thank you. What I love about social media is that, my God, the creativity that you see on there. And it's unbelievable. And I keep saying to real estate agents, remember, when it comes to the internet is about two things. It's about education, and or information, education, information, if you will, in the same example, and it's also about entertainment. So those are the two reasons why people go to the internet. They want to be entertained or they want information. And that's why combining those two in your social media strategy, not only do you want to provide good, valuable real estate information on the niche that you are specializing in, but also you want to have some fun, and you want to do some things that are professional but fun at the same time. Now, I always say, again, I don't specialize at all in the rules and regulations of all of these different social media apps, because each one, just like Google has algorithms that are rules of how, in order for these bots to find you and index you and move you up in the system, there's things that you have to follow. Same is true for social media. Everyone has different ones. And that's why I say, listen, just go to YouTube and watch some videos on Instagram marketing ideas. Just type that in, go to YouTube, and then in YouTube type in Instagram marketing ideas, or how to set up my Instagram business account. whatever it is that you want information on, go to YouTube and watch some videos. And it's so easy. It'll give you so much ideas. It's the best way to educate yourself. So as I was saying, I went to YouTube myself. I typed in how to set up my Instagram profile, and here we are. You know, 1 video, 2 video, 3 video, there's dozens and dozens. And let me tell you, I can't remember what this guy's name is, but I can assure, Mike Sherrard, there it is on the right. He has a lot of stuff on there, and he is really, really powerful in social media and has some great ideas. And you notice that I put in Instagram for real estate agents, okay, because I want you to find out some ideas for our business. So worth taking a look at whenever you have a few minutes. They're 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 5, you know, they're not long videos like today's course or yesterday's course. So you want to make sure that you're creating a captivating Instagram page to set up your business profile. Tell them everything you want to know about you and your business. So I always say to real estate agents, you know, if you've never done this, where you've gone to Word file and you just created a bullet list, reasons people need to use your services, and just put your thinking cap on and, you know, look at what, again, search what other real estate agents are, why you should use me as your real estate agent. Look what other agents are doing. And now what you want to do is create your own list. And then once you've got that list, you've got a little Word file with these bullet points, A, B, C, D, E, 10, 20, however many you can think of. Then what you can do is, you know, tweak the wording to make it sound a little more powerful. And, you know, and then what you can do is start working on your business profile and use these bullet points on why, telling them about you and the services that you provide. This is just going to make it easier for you, and it's also going to make it easier for the customer. And you don't need to do all of this in one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, make this a project, give it a time frame. You're going to start, you're going to put it together. You're going to look at what you've done. You're going to look at how you can, you know, improve it, and watch some of these videos, and then give yourself a deadline. I want to finish my Instagram business account, business profile by, you know, July 15th. And now you've got a couple of weeks or whatever, and work on it. Include information on the company, on HomeLife. Again, just want to make sure all of you realize there's a couple of things that you need to be able to find in HomeLife resources that are going to help you in many ways. Help you on listing appointments, help you with buyer appointments, help you with your website, help you with your social media, help you with all of the things, your marketing materials. We have a green book. It's called a green book. And you may have heard me mention this before if you've taken my sessions. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. It's in full color. If you get it printed, it's full color in a PDF format in our resource section. And it's got everything you need to know about HomeLife in there. The services that we have, what makes us unique, the different programs that are available. It's great to use on listing appointments, buyer appointments. You know, they come, you can order them, I think, I'm not sure, in boxes of 200 or 500. Now, I must say this is about a 15-page booklet. Well, as a matter of fact, I think I have one. I think I may have one here. Hang on one second. I have our higher, wait. Yes, I have one. Let me turn my camera on. I'm turning my camera on because I want you to see it if you've never seen it. Okay, there we are. Okay. Here's the green book. Now I'm going to open it. Oh, let me open it to a page that there. I'm just opening it to any page. I just want you to see how fabulous it is. It's high gloss. It's got all different information that you need about the HomeLife. And like I say, it's such an impressive booklet that your clients would love to be able to it'll help them make a decision on why to use you. And as I say, it's, how many pages is it? I don't know if there's, 39 pages, not including the cover. So as I say, and then we have the other one that I want you to see is the one that deals with, This is about my higher standards course. I thought there was one about all of our logos and that kind of thing. I thought I had a copy of that one, but unfortunately I don't. But it's also in the resource area. Let me close this off now so you know what I'm referring to when I say the green book. Well worth your time to look at them, because the information that's in the book you can use on your social profile to talk about the company, and as I say, on your information about what the company provides. So it's well worth your time. Spend your time making sure it stands out, because believe me, if you do not, once you start reading some of the rules and regulations and how some agents on social media get more audience participation, more people seeing their posts, it's because it's a number of reasons, but one of the reasons is because they've really spent the time and making sure they've set up their social media account properly, and they've spent the time with it. They haven't just, I don't need to do this part of it. I won't bother doing this part. Like telling them about your services, telling them about the company services and all the different, and then start adding posts and start really making it look good. If you don't do that, Google wants web people who are interested in keeping their website current with good articles. They're going to reward those people. Social media is exactly the same way. You have to understand that. If you don't bother doing any posts, then they think, why bother reaching out to any customers or potential people, because you don't care anyway, so why should they care? That's more or less the attitude that I want to make sure you know. So one of the biggest problems in using social media to generate leads, to a lot of agents, it's so popular, there's so much going on, they think, it's a waste of my time because, there's so many people doing this. How is anyone ever going to find me? That's the wrong attitude to have, because if you make your stories and whatnot that we're going to talk about today and your reels stand out, believe me, you will get rewarded. So make your posts and the information that you post on Instagram, as well as all social media for that matter, make them visually compelling with great photographs, with great information, and make it a variety. Don't always post about a new listing you have, or a listing that was sold or an open house you're having. You want to be doing all kinds of different posts. And that's why I say all of you always have your camera with you, because it's on your cell phone, and you have your video with you because it's on your cell phone. And take pictures, take video, whatever you can, whatever you're doing. Have a lot of that, because that's going to help you. And you shouldn't be just posting once a day. You should be posting, in my opinion, at least 4 to 6 times a day. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. A photograph with a headline, end of story, is good enough. Because whenever you do that, I keep saying to agents, I want you to remember, whenever you make a post, it's like making 100 phone calls. In my day, I had to make 100 phone calls to get my name out there. Hello, I'm Gabrielle Jeans. Are you thinking of selling your house today? I did that. I want you to remember, every time you post, it's like calling 100 people, because what you're doing is saying, hey, here I am. Look at what I've got. Look at what I have, what information I can share with you. And the more often you do that, so if you do that 4 or 5 times a day in each one of those, think about how many phone calls that you've just made. That's what's going to get the social media accounts like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. The more you post, the more they say, wow, here's somebody who's really interested in developing social media followers, and they will reward you for that. So please, single Instagram post can be made up of a series of images, making it a great way to show off photos, as I said, of new listings, as well as a lot of other great things. For example, how many times have you sold a house? And when you sold that house, it was conditioned on a home inspector, and you got to get a home inspector in, and the home inspector spends several hours in the house. ask them, hey, I'd like to do a video of this. Do you mind? And, I'd like to go, I'm obviously going to go around with you. And do you mind if I do a video of this? Because I can use it in my social posts. And I can use it also with your permission on my website. I'll give a link to you as well. And let me tell you, they'll be happy if you do that. And it doesn't have to be this long video that you post. But what you can do is, he's looking at, the furnace. What are you focusing on with the furnace? And he says, well, here's what I focus on. And just zoom in to what he's doing and make that little 2-minute, 3-minute explanation that he gives you a post that you can have. And that's the kind of thing that you want to start creating ideas. And that's why I want you to go to the internet and search some of these ideas and see what other real estate agents, and not just here in your area. Look up what are real estate agents doing in London, England. I know that sounds crazy, but don't let it sound crazy to you. What are they doing in New York City? What are they doing in San Francisco? What are they doing in Florida? What are they doing in British Columbia? And you'll see there's a difference, and you're going to get your thinking cap on and these ideas and all of those ideas. So variety is important, not just boring listings all the time. Have a balanced page about your life, the interests as well. Always think about kids and dogs, as I keep saying. Posts should be tasteful, give the viewer an insight of who you are and what you're doing. Balance it with some great photos and tips. And as I say, behind the scenes videos of different activities, doing a home tour when you go. And like I say, when you're doing a home tour, I always prefer if you get, one of those, put your phone on one of those selfie sticks, where you can have better control. But even better if you have someone with you that's doing the videoing while you're talking, and have them zoom in on some of the things, zoom in on the kitchen cabinets, zoom in on the closets, zoom in on the fireplace, zoom in on the marble floors, zoom in on this stuff. Let them feel like they're in the house with you. The more you do that, the more interested people will watch. So one of the big things is Instagram stories. You see them on, stories only last for 24 hours. You can repost them, but they only last for 24 hours. There's all these different apps that are out there. Again, go to Google and type in Instagram story apps. Just type that in. And there's all these different little apps that you can use that have templated stuff that you can, with animation and different great photos and sound and all different kinds of stuff. Wallpapers, and it's really worth your while to take a look at some of these different great apps with special effects and animations and all of that. That'll make your Instagram stories more interesting. And again, they only stay up there for 24 hours. And that's why I wanted you to be sure. You can have open house ones, price reduction, just sold one, thinking of buying or selling. There's all different types. So Instagram stories allow Instagram users to share photos, videos, and stories which are visible to users. And as I say, they don't always have to be about real estate. They can be just about, oh my God, we have a new baby in our life. My daughter just had my first granddaughter kind of thing. Those are the kinds of things people love to see too, as you know. So that can be a great story, sharing that you're a new grandparent or whatever. So make sure you think of ideas like that. The other thing that you want to think about when it comes to your social media is hashtags. What do hashtags do? I think most of you know, but for those of you who are still sort of new to this, hashtags is a way for people who are searching for information, other information that might be somewhat related to what you're posting about, to reach more potential readers and people who are online looking at social media. So hashtags are how audience finds you on Instagram and categorizes your content. These tags are essentially keywording that Instagram uses to search for or people to follow you. Okay, so some people say use a maximum of 30. I personally believe that's overkill. You don't really need 30. 10 to 15 would be good, somewhere around 10 to 12. But take a look at some real estate, realtor, just listed, broker, for sale, home sale, new home. You see them all: foreclosure, renovated, home sweet home, home inspection, mortgage. See, these are all different hashtags. So when you're building and working on it, make sure that you understand. And again, if you're not sure how to create them, there's an app called Hashtag Generator. Just type that into Google, Hashtag Generator. There's all thousands of different apps that you can look at. And like I say, don't try and figure you got to learn all of this right away. You learn it little by little by little by little. And believe me, the most important thing I always say to real estate agents, there's no such thing as a waste of time in real estate when you're learning. The only time it's a waste of time is when you keep doing things that are not working for you. That's a waste of time. You don't want to, if you're not getting listings and you don't know how to get listings or whatever, and it's because you've never learned how to do it. So you got to learn how to do that. Learn how to do this is the same thing. Now, you also want to be targeting groups. And I want you to think about these things. And you can even go into, you can go into Instagram and you can type in their search. They have the little hourglass that you can search on, and you can type in local homeowners looking to sell. You can type in local buyers moving across town. You can type all of these things into that little search icon when you're in Instagram. And you'll find thousands of different groups. You can join them. And when you join them, some will require to be approved or whatever. But my point is, when you start searching for them, out-of-town realtors as well, because there isn't a day go by in social media I'm constantly reviewing my social media multiple times a day, posting not as often, but multiple times a day. I will, chat with my followers and we'll have little conversations on there. But I can tell you, I never find a day where I don't say, hey, I got a client who's moving to Sudbury. Anybody out there know a great real estate agent in Sudbury? Let me tell you, if you're an agent that I'm chatting with and you're in Sudbury, there's a great lead for you, kind of thing. So again, my advice is to start realizing that there's so much past clients that you have worked with who might refer you to others, And as I say, whenever you meet a new customer, make sure you ask the questions. I'm shocked at how many people, real estate agents, don't ask this. You don't ask this right away, but as you're working with these clients, by the way, are you on social media at all? They say, yeah. Do you have an Instagram account? Oh, great. I have one too. Do you have a Facebook account? Oh, great. I have one too. It's on the back of my business card. What's your handle? So that you can immediately find, I'd like to find you. Can we connect? That's the kind of thing. Make sure you ask, because that's going to get you referrals and all kinds of different things. So make sure you're involved. There are also influencers, partnering. What do I mean with that? Business consultants that you might know, and financial planners and accountants. And, these are all influencers. They have clients. Your hairdresser is an influencer. Who the hell can go to a hairdresser? You see my roots, ladies? But they're opening up next week. So anyways, use your influencers, connect with them on social media. Make sure you do that because they have customers. If your barber or hairdresser is right in the area where you work and live, and they have customers that also work and live in your area. So think about all these people and what they can do and connecting with them. Post photos, videos that you have actually recorded. In other words, you can buy photos, as you know, online, and you can buy videos online, kind of thing, to put into social media. It's always more exciting when it's a video that you've done, where you're walking the neighborhood. For example, right now, I think I've told you there's a whole little subdivision of about 12 houses that are being built directly beside me right now. Now, let me right next door is that lot that's being developed, and 2 houses already, 40% up there. They're bricking the outside as I speak with you right now. My point is, I could be taking all kinds of pictures here and say, take a look. Oh, now they just dug the basement. They just poured the basement. Oh, they're putting the walls up, kind of thing. And somebody might come along and say, look, I think I might want to buy that house. They're going to be for sale at some point. So my point is, that's the kind of video and stuff. Do you mind, Mr. Builder? Can I take some videos of inside the property of what goes in? I bet you they might be careful about you walking on there. They might make you wear a hard hat, but I bet you there'd be one. I could easily go there and say, do you mind if I see the inside? They give me a hard hat and say, okay, they'll walk with me. But there's a perfect idea. Take a look at what happens when they build. Those are the kinds of stories and information that would make people interested. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So think outside of the box. Build a fan base using live video. People love videos. That's why TikTok is so hot right now. You see some of the corny things they do and some of the fun things they do. I mean, it's incredible. I can tell you, oftentimes it's one of the last things I do before I go to sleep at night is I'll go into TikTok and watch for about 5 minutes and have a nice hearty laugh and some fun things in my mind, and then I'll fall asleep with a good frame of mind kind of thing. It really, I laugh so hard on some of the things that I find there. And you can choose whatever you want to look at, as you know, different categories and so on. But you want to select guests, record stories, and invite the home inspector, as I say, the home, the appraiser, the stager, the real estate lawyer, have a meeting with some of these people, invite them on social media and see what you can do. Record some of these stories and have a plan of what you want to do with video kind of thing. If you hire a professional videographer and say, look, I want to hire this person and I want to create 12 videos, and you can do it all in maybe 2 or 3 visits. And again, these videos don't have to be long, but think about what is it that I want to do that specializes in your niche that might help you. So if you have a plan and you put the plan in place, gathering different topic ideas, and then inviting the videographer in, it's going to make it so much more organized. And then know what you're going to say before you bring the guy in. So these are the different topics. These are the little things I want to say. It's a 30-second video. It's a 1-minute video. What am I going to say in 30 seconds? What am I going to say in a minute? If you have that information written down, it's going to make everything so much easier. Practice, have fun with this. You don't have to post them all right away. You can just learn for a while, but trust me, you got to do this, folks. You just have to, because the future of real estate is there. People are online. They love online. They love researching information, and that's why you need to be there a lot. Not just once in a blue moon. Instagram recently introduced its response to the popular social media TikTok by implementing Instagram Reels. Short Reels are a new way, 15 or 30-second clips to some music. Unlike Instagram stories, you can select and upload multiple different clips and put it into one Instagram reel. So you can, it's almost like when you have someone singing and they do 3 or 5 or 6 different songs and they put it all into one medley. You could do the same thing with Instagram Reels. You can have a display of 5 or 6 different little 30-second reels, and now you've got a minute and a half, if you know what I'm saying, going from one topic to another. Be creative. This feature is fun and it really enhances your videos. And more often than not, social media algorithms reward users who utilize multiple features across their app. So you get rewarded when you do this. They want to promote their different apps within Instagram as well. So when you start using it, they're saying, hey, let's start giving her or them more traffic. Remember that. What to post? Here are a few options for you to think about, okay? I'm just showing you here on the little diagram on the left here that there's audio, the speed, you can set the speed, special effects, you can time it, you can align it along with graphics and other things. I mean, it's amazing what you can do. Start playing with it. And again, go into YouTube and type in Instagram Reels tips. They'll show you exactly. Just watch them. New listing trailer. If you have a property about to come on the market, Reels is a great way to say coming soon. Do it in that fashion. Again, we talked about behind the scenes, educational snippets, information from Market Watch, some of the great data, charts, graphs, that kind of stuff, neighborhood profiles, and just to give you an idea. Now, remember, there's also all kinds of people out there who are willing to help you with your Instagram and social media. Here's a company called AdWorks. Most of these companies are all, as you know, American, a lot of them, but they all do Canadian. They know how active the Canadian market is. They know how hot the Toronto market is, and how our real estate across the country is growing like crazy. And they work with Canadian agents. Great to check them out. I'm not saying you got to use them, but learn about it. Make it a point to say, the more you know of what's out there, the more you're going to decide, I think I can use this. So you may decide not to, but check and make it worth your while to spend half an hour and find out about this. So take advantage, as I say, of the Instagram stories, and they complement your feed with content that will connect. You can create your own. Or you can have someone help you with creating them. There are companies that can do that for you as well. So Instagram ads and promoted posts are created through Facebook Ads Manager, as I said, because they're both, Instagram is owned by Facebook, to help generate leads, increase conversations, and get thousands of followers. You need to start doing some of these things, and they don't have to be long, and they don't have to be complicated. They can be easy. So your marketing gear is really great when you've got both of these huge, social media accounts. They have millions and billions of followers. I mean, Facebook, say what you will, they've gone through a lot of controversy around them and what's been going on with privacy and so on the internet. And Facebook has taken a big hit, but they're still the #1 social media account on the internet. Say what you will about them, they're still #1. And then social media marketers, there are some management support that, companies that are out there that can help you. And HubSpot, we talked briefly about HubSpot yesterday as well. Hootsuite is another one. They have a marketing app. There's a starter program, and there's, again, find out about it. They have, you can go there, have a free trial that you don't have to spend any money. Start playing around in there, seeing what's available. Contact their tech support, get a demo, ask questions, start becoming very knowledgeable on what's out there. You should spend not all day, every day. You got to manage your time. This is the time I'm going to work clients. This is the time I'm going to do my prospecting. This is the time I'm going to spend on the internet. So if you manage your time that way, it's going to be so much better. Another benefit to using a business profile is that you get to access Instagram insights. It's like Google Analytics. If you've never learned about Google Analytics, I mentioned it briefly yesterday, but I went brain dead on the name analytics. It happens. when you get old. Those of you who are old understand your memory is not as good, especially when I do this. My mind's going in 100 directions. But Google Analytics, I flew to California for a whole week and took 2 of my programmers with me, and we studied Google Analytics. And let me tell you, it's amazing what you can do with Google Analytics. It's automatically installed if you're using our tech package and you're using the Incom website. It's automatically uploaded into that. So the minute you have a website, Google Analytics automatically, if it's installed, will come and they will crawl your website and all the pages and index all of them. And then, as I said yesterday, they keep coming back every 2 weeks. So this analytics will show you, what pages they visited, how long they were there, what are they on a cell phone? Are they on a desktop? Where are they looking at this? Is valuable information that allows you to hone in on targeted specific audiences. Search engine ranking factors. Instagram is a must, as I said, for all of those things. So there we are. We've done this, the Instagram. We did Facebook yesterday. Now we're coming to my favorite. And let me tell you, if I was a real estate agent starting out today and I had nothing, I had no website, no nothing, I want to make sure you understand what is the first thing I would do. So if you're new out there, here's the first thing. Number one, you may not be able to know what it is today because you're brand new, but you need to have your thinking on what am I going to specialize in? So you got to keep thinking about that. And hopefully within a month or so, you're going to know, I want to specialize. It might be the area you live in, whatever. So that's one thing you got to be focusing on. But the first thing you need is a contact management system. Make sure you have a contact management system. Make sure you're full-time in real estate. Sign up for our tech package because that gives you the website. It gives you your e-signatures. It gives you your Instagram. Your Impreb, which is your listing marketing tool. It gives you your referral and generating all kinds of great reviews for you. Tool Reach 150. Chris is the expert in all of those. I would have that. And of course, the first social media account I would start, to be honest with you, mine would be LinkedIn. And the reason I say that is because it's one of the best, in my opinion. Real estate people, I don't think enough of them realize how great it is. So go to YouTube, how to set up my LinkedIn profile. Please watch those, because these are experts, as I keep saying. It'll give you all the information you need. Now, there's also training courses. LinkedIn, like all social, not just LinkedIn, has training courses. Again, go to Google LinkedIn training topics, and you'll come to right here. And oh my God, they have great little videos. They have great information, easy to follow. Anybody can follow it. And as I say, you don't need to do all of this in one day. But LinkedIn for real estate agents, you want to create a stunning profile. Again, I want you to think of LinkedIn as though it was a website, because it can be a website. You want to have all your information in there. Again, that list that I told you to create of why use you and why use HomeLife. And I told you where to get a lot of that great information on HomeLife with the green book. But you need to make sure that you know how to create a great profile on yourself. You might have to hire someone to help you write this. Again, look for a university student, someone who's going to be a teacher. Maybe they're studying journalism. Maybe they're studying to be a writer themselves. All university students have to write because that's what they do. Their projects are always, they've got a hand in a paper. They know how to research. They can help you, and they're not that expensive. Okay, so you want to create a really good profile on yourself. Use the bullet points. Get someone to make it a nice bio for you, and then create landing pages. They're a lead magnet. Now, landing pages, if you're using, we talked about it briefly yesterday, but if you're using, again, our tech package, income. The website has about 6 or 7 different landing pages already created. You just need to know where they are, how to use them, and then you can do some advertising linking to these landing pages. And your goal is to build that network. And remember, everything is about everything is about relevant content. So that is the most important thing. It used to be about making phone calls. Today, it's about getting relevant content, because the content is what's going to spur the enthusiasm, make people want to follow you, make people reach out to you, make people want to email you. And that's how you're going to start building that database of users who want to get your newsletter every month, who want to get your marketing tips and strategies every month and your videos, and they sign up for it. And when they sign up for it, now you've got a database that you can start emailing on a regular basis because they've given you permission. I mean, what better client than someone who says, yeah, send me your information. You know, it used to be when I first got in the business, don't tell them anything. Hold the information back. Don't put the price in your ad. Don't put the down payment in your ads, because it was all about advertising in newspapers, right? And so when people would read the ad, they'd have to call you. That's not the same anymore. That thinking has long gone. You need to, and if you're still thinking that way, you need to throw that thought right out of your mind, because today it's the exact opposite. People will go and want to work with the person who gives them the most information, who freely gives them the information. That's what they want. They'll trust you more when you're willing to give the information to them. So automate your marketing process. There's all these tools that are built for you already. You don't need to create it yourself. LinkedIn for real estate, as I say, what I love about it's a great opportunity to network with professionals. What I love about LinkedIn is 100% business. You see, on Instagram, on Facebook, you know, they don't want you to do 100% business. They tell you 75-25, you know, 70-30, 70% other things, fun things, you know, kids, pets, that kind of thing, and 30% business. You can't be on Facebook always, you know, here's another listing, here's another open house, here's another listing, here's another open house. You can't do that on LinkedIn, but you can do it on Facebook, on Instagram, but you can do it on LinkedIn. You can promote business every single solitary post. They want you to do that 100%. So it's a great opportunity to network with professionals, business owners, CEOs, CFOs. You're reaching out to the wealthiest people here, you know, so you want to send free connection requests. We'll talk about that as we move along. I get them every single day that I open up my LinkedIn account. And by the way, you know, if you want to reach out to me, I can never remember my handle. I always forget them. But if you just go to LinkedIn and type in Gabrielle Jeans, you'll find me. And I have thousands of people, and I think close to 3,000. And then when you look at that, you know, how many that means, we're in the 50 million people, if you know what I'm saying. It's massive. So it'll give you a start quickly. So if you've never done LinkedIn, you got to set up LinkedIn. You would be surprised how many real estate agents ignore it because they think it's a tool for looking for a job. It is, and it has been, but not now anymore. Some of the biggest companies are using LinkedIn to promote, to drive business to them. Very, very important. So it's 100% business, and you can post business all the time. People log into LinkedIn when they're in business mode. Most Facebook people will log in to unwind and socialize. So you see, there's a big difference between the two. Reasons realtors should use. Again, you're meeting high net worth people. You're meeting chief operating officers, you're meeting chief financial operators, you're meeting business owners, you're meeting executives, doctors, lawyers, every profession that you can think of is on there. So LinkedIn gets agents, LinkedIn lets agents target leads from these professionals because they allow you to do that. They want you to do that. LinkedIn, your content will stand out more because there's nowhere near as many people using LinkedIn as there are Facebook, obviously. But hey, you know, having 500 million instead of 2 billion, there's still a lot when you look at 500 million, if you follow what I'm saying. You know, Facebook might be 2 billion, LinkedIn is 500 million. Hey, you're still got a lot. LinkedIn wants you to connect with people, and you can cut through a lot of marketing crap on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, as I say, wants you to connect with people. So maybe the best reason LinkedIn is so great for real estate agents is that the app is designed for you to connect. It thrives as a platform if people can connect. So people will look, they're going through their LinkedIn followers, and they read about you, they'll read about other people, and they'll reach out. They say, hey, I noticed you're in the Glen Abbey, Oakville area. I live in the Glen Abbey, Oakville area as well. I have a business. I have a business plan, a business corporation that's specialized in business consulting, or I'm a financial planner, whatever it is. But they'll reach out to you and they'll say, tell me about your business. And in fact, it's common. There isn't a day go by where I don't have someone sending me an email. Hey, you know, let's connect. That's what they do. So information, always remember, you're dealing with high net worth people, and that's why you want to be on there. They send these private messages, okay? And here are some things you can say as you start reviewing some of the people that are following you and you following them. You can read their profile, and you are always looking to connect with people that are local. Hey, I see you're in the Oakville area. I see that you're in the, Ajax area, wherever they are. You know, I just wanted to connect because I have a real estate business here. I'm interested in learning more about your business, see if we have any way that we can connect and maybe do some networking together. I'm always looking for people who are in the insurance business. You see what I mean? So what a great opportunity to do this. Again, we couldn't do it before. I keep coming back to this because you didn't grow up in this business maybe the way I did. I mean, I just remember, imagine how compare call after call after call after call, door after door to what we can do today. I mean, there's just no comparison, So start with a great bio, begin with making sure you've got good photos in LinkedIn. If you look at the LinkedIn photos, compare them to a Facebook photos that the user posts on Facebook, as their personal photo. A lot of them are fun photos on Instagram, on Facebook, but you look at the ones that are on LinkedIn, every single one of them, very professional photos. They've probably hired a photographer to take these pictures, and they are all very professional. So make sure you use a professional photo, and make that photo, don't make it a photo that is you 25 years ago. Okay, you want to make it a photo that's your current, what you look like now. Okay, so that when you post, people see, and if they do meet you on the street, eventually they'll recognize you. They'll never recognize me with a photo that I took 25 years ago, I can assure you. So high quality professional, very important. List again your key services. Write an attractive summary of you, summary of your LinkedIn in your LinkedIn profile is what I'm talking about. Use status updates to share industry relevant content. So again, post frequently those open houses, the new stress test with mortgaging, anything that's business related around your area of expertise. Make sure you keep it up to date all the time. And create a exceptional profile. That is really going to help you. Look at others, look at theirs. Don't just look at their first page. Dig deep, click on some of their articles that are there, and you'll see your content gets a much higher rate of return on your investment, because although there's fewer people that are seeing it because the database is not as big as Facebook of users, they're very targeted, and the people who can afford what you're promoting they're all there, and your conversion rate is going to be much, much higher. Create a captivating company page. That's why that green book is going to be so important. You can actually, we have the green book in PDF format, so you can actually clip some of the photos that are used and make it a part of your page as well when you're creating these captivating pages. So make sure you refer to those and know where you can find them in our resource. Use your own photos. Again, whatever you can always helps. Same thing as we talked before. These are what we call, there's two types of pages that you can create within LinkedIn, of course, company pages and showcase pages. Company pages are all about the company, okay? And showcase pages are the way, think of them as different landing pages on, buying tips, selling tips, open housing, what's going on in the mortgage business, all of that. These are all showcase pages that you can create. And you can have, there's no limit. You can have endless amounts. So think of this as another website, because believe me, and think of the people that are in there and start building that network. Reach out to me, okay? Promote. And as I said, make it interesting, valuable information, and it'll always reward you. Obviously, you're going to link them all to your website. Again, the best social networking, the best way to generate traffic to your website is using your social media. I want you to think of social media as your salespeople. There, every time you post, I said, think of it as 100 phone calls. There you are, you're posting, you post 5 times today. That's 500 people that you've reached, if you follow what I mean. So keep that in mind. Take a look at LinkedIn. This is your return on your investment. Again, conversion rate is much higher on leads that you generate from Facebook and in LinkedIn rather. Now, one of the greatest things that I love, the only social media channel that allows you to export your data from all the followers, names are included in the export. So all of these thousands of people that have met you online, you are able to export this data and import it into your contact management system that you're using. The following fields are included: new followers, their location, their job function, their seniority, their industry, their company size. I mean, hey, come on, folks. If this doesn't motivate the hell out of you, there's no other social media that allows you to do this. If you've got a free version, you can only do the last 30 days. But if you have a paid for version, you can get everybody that you have. And if you want to request, you click. Your download might take 10 minutes. If it's short, 30 days, because it's the free version. The paid for version, I can't remember what the fee is. You might be talking about $200 a year. We're not talking a ton of money, okay, at all. I'm talking a year, okay, not a month, a year for the paid for one. So all you got to do is go to LinkedIn and how do I download my database? That's all you have to say. How do I download my database? And as I say, if you got start with the free one, learn through the free one, and then advance to the paid for one. Here are some, how you can go about doing it, and if I said, If your data is large because it's the paid for one and it's thousands and thousands, you'll either have the option to either select a specific category information or a larger download. If you are looking for the larger download, remember that information request could take up to 72 hours for you to get that data. So if you don't get it right away, if it's a large database, like if I wanted to download mine because it's thousands, it would take at least 72 hours, but you're going to get that. Now, the other thing I want you to understand is there are LinkedIn real estate groups that I want to make sure you're aware of. So you go to LinkedIn and you go to the groups area right at the top and you type in real estate jobs, real estate services, real estate people, real estate groups. I want you to highlight and click real estate groups when you type real estate in there. Okay. And when you type real estate in there, then I want you to understand it'll take you to the real estate group section. I'll show you that in a second. I also want you to think about there are some groups that you should join because there's great information there for you as a user of LinkedIn to learn about real estate. Inman real estate groups is one you should join. Real estate professionals is one you should join. Today's real estate agent is one you should join. Social media for real estate agents is another one you should join. Real estate investor. Now, I clicked on real estate investors. How many of you have real estate investors in your category? So here, I clicked on real estate investors. Now this is all groups that you can join. The first one, 590,000 members. I mean, come on. If you were knocking on doors, if you were making phone calls, you would not live long enough to make 590,000 calls, in my opinion. We wouldn't live that long. And you can do that in one click. You click there and you fill out a little form because to join the group, they're going to want to read about you. That's why you need a good profile. That's why you need good information. Because when these groups that have 590,000 members are going to investigate who you are, they're going to look at your profile, they're going to read that information, they're going to say, we want that person as a part of our group. And now think about it. And they're not all real estate agents. These are people who they're not real estate agents. They just buy and sell real estate. They love real estate, if you follow what I'm saying. The next one, 180,000, 20,000, 165,000, 148,000. So imagine if you joined all of them. So that is why I say you got to start networking, go online, start investigating all the things that are there. And here are the analytics. This is the same thing as Google Analytics when they look at your website, okay? Only this is LinkedIn looking at your posts. In the last 3 months, you have 423, I'm just showing you an example, 423 new followers. You've done 41 posts in the last 3 months, and it's up. And following a percentage of followers and, impressions, a percentage of that. All of this is helping you analyze what's going on with what you're posting about. And it'll help you glean ideas of what you should be doing more of and less of. So if I haven't convinced you LinkedIn is the best, it is the best of the best of the best. So make sure you don't avoid it because it's a lot you can do there. That is but it's going to take time. Don't expect it to happen overnight. Understand, learning takes time. So now we're going to talk about the virtual world of doing listing appointments virtually, by doing offer presentations virtually, open houses, showing houses, so much going on virtually. Now, we know that the world is opening up. We know that we're starting to see in the US, all these, sports arenas are now starting. I'm a big sports fan, watch just about every sport there is. And I'm starting to see, the fans are back in many audiences. There's still a few places where they're not, but the majority, they're filled. So it's showing you, we're not quite quite there yet, but we're getting close. You're seeing a shift now where things are starting to open up again. But the thing you got to understand is there are people that'll always want to do things virtually for a while still. So let me ask you, have you learned how to use video conferencing like Zoom, like, what is it? Google Live, I think it is. Have you learned to do some of these, use some of these different social, virtual conferencing video meetings that you can do? So you need to be ready. And that means you need to learn how to use it. You can do listing appointments, offer presentations, price reductions. You can negotiate anything. You can prospect using Zoom. I mean, there's so many different servicing calls. You need to know how to use it and you need to be comfortable. Now, let me tell you, you're not going to learn it immediately in 5 minutes. I say to you, are you ready? Are you willing to spend 3 or 4 maybe a day or 2, depending on how quick you learn. If you're a quick learner, you might learn it in 1 day. If you're like me, I learned some things technologically wise a little slower because I'm much older than many of you out there. And, I didn't grow up with it. When I came into real estate, they didn't even have photocopiers. There was no such thing. We had the Electra typewriter. Corrector ribbon was just introduced in 1973, which is when I got into the business. Before that, we used to use this ink white, typed with carbon paper. That's how long ago. So, hey, you guys grew up with technology. So I say to all of you, are you ready though with all the new things that are out there? So your first initial steps when you're doing virtual meetings is understand a few things. If you're going to do a virtual meeting, maybe you're going to do an open house or, virtually, maybe you're going to do a listing appointment, whatever it is, maybe you're going to invite a few guests, you're going to have a lawyer. We did a Zoom meeting the other day with our real estate world here at HomeLife. And we had Mark Wiesletter on, and he did a landlord thing. We had, 200 people on, and it was a Zoom meeting that we did there. And let me tell you, it was fabulous. So what is the goal of the meeting? What is the topic? Do you need to create a presentation? Obviously, he had a presentation that he went through. Pick a day and a time. Who will you invite? How many people are you going to invite? How are you going to get the word out? How are you going to market it? What is it going to look like? What is the wording that's going to go in it? You see what I mean? Are you going to send out emails? All of that. Okay. So that's the kind of thing you need to think about before you start doing it. And the most important thing is learning how to use Zoom. And again, the free version is enough. Go to YouTube and watch. And I say to you, if you go to YouTube, and you watch every day for a couple of hours here and there, it might take you 3-4 days a week at the most. And now you know how to use it. There's a tool that I talk about that people always ask me, do you have a graphic designer? I need someone to do a banner for me. I need someone to help me with my listing presentation and so on. Well, here, let me tell you, Canva. There's a free version and a paid for version. But let me tell you, you can do everything you want to do in Canva. You can create banners. There's graphics are all there. Think of it as Microsoft Publisher on steroids. The difference between Publisher and this product, Publisher does not have the graphics. You have to upload the graphics yourself. You have to find them. You have to, all of that. But in here, in Canva, they have the graphics, they have the text, they have the sound, they have the music, they have everything you need. They have photos of every kind of, whatever kind of business you're in. So obviously we're in real estate. So personal, business, marketing, education, training. You see what I mean? Doesn't matter what business you're in. And you can do everything. You can do e-cards. You can do newsletters. You can do, infographics. I mean, just on and on and on. So go to canva.com, sign up for the free one, and start playing around with it. Believe me, you can learn this, because if you've ever typed a letter and you've uploaded a photo in Word and you know how you can bold and highlight and all of that, you can learn this. You know, it's just going to take a little time. So as I say, if you spend a few hours every week, an hour here, a half an hour here, an hour there, believe you me, all of that is going to pay off. So the other thing you need is you need to have presentations. Do you have a great buyer presentation that you can email to people? Do you have a great buyer presentation that you can put on your website if you want to? Do you have a great presentation, listing presentation that you can email to people? I used to have both buyer presentation and real estate presentation. And there was a section that if you were one of my clients that you could, so that nobody can just access this information. Call it the VIP area, and you have special access by login and password. And in this area, you have listing presentation, buyer presentation, and you can see it. You follow what I'm saying? So that way, not every real estate agent can have it. All of this can be done with the website that you have, which is the Income website. You can create those areas inside of your product. It's possible. So you need a good listing presentation. You need a good buyer presentation. Let me tell you, if you don't know where to get any and you don't know where they are, search online. How many of you have ever heard of Etsy? E as in Edward, T as in Tony, S as in Sally, Y.com. Go to the internet, go to Google and type in real estate listing presentation, real estate buyer presentation, and you'll see Etsy there. Click on Etsy, go into them. They have already created them all. They're all templated. All you got to do is add some of your content, if you follow what I'm saying. So the stuff is there, folks. You can look as professional as you want to be. You just got to invest the time. You see, I always say to real estate agents, in order for you to build your business, there's two types of investment: an investment of money, you're going to have to spend some money, and an investment of time. And let me tell you, the time it'll take you will always outweigh the amount of money that you have to spend. So your largest investment will be the time that you spend. But once you set up your business and you've automated your marketing, you've automated your email, you've got your buyer presentation, your listing presentation, your website, your social media. Once you've got all of that in place, you can be in Hawaii and your business is going to function. That's what I want you to get to. And that's going to take time, but boy, will you have a business later on. So there's 7 tips to remember in doing the virtual open house. Promote it and be ahead of time. Again, invite all of your past clients and invite the neighborhood around where the open house is, send out e-cards to them, have someone drop them off, spend the time doing a great tour, as I was saying, with the videos, zooming in on things. Maybe you need to upgrade some of your equipment over time, a better tripod, or, better lighting, this sort of thing. It'll all happen. Now, also remember, every video you do, I want you to understand. Just to give you an idea, I used to be approved as an education provider with the Real Estate Council of Ontario. I did credit courses for 17 years, okay? And through those 17 years, I had 9 courses that were approved for credit. I hired a videographer, professional video guy, and said, I want you to videotape every single one of my courses. He was there. I paid him. I had courses that were 3 hours long. I had courses that were 12 hours, 2 6-hour days. And he was there for all of them. I had all these reels of video. And then I paid him to go through my videos of each course and make snippets, 2 minutes, 3 minutes snippets of all of these. And I had I think I had about 700 clips of all of this. And I hired this girl who became my social media gal, and she just started posting on YouTube my videos. If you go to YouTube right now and you type in Gabrielle Jean's training videos, or you type in E as in Edward 2000 training, which was my RICO approved course company, E as in Edward 2000, the number, you'll see all these videos, some of them from 12 years ago, that thousands of people are still watching. So what I'm saying to you is, when you create a video, you can create snippets of this and publish them on YouTube. And let me tell you, those YouTube videos, people will watch forever because they never leave. They'll be there forever. So important. So think about that when it comes to video. Create that virtual listing presentation, make it look good, make it have some nice graphics. As I say, if you use Canva, they have an awful lot. And then you want to start promote and market on the internet. Promote your website. You can have more than one website. Listen, just to give you an idea, back to these 15 houses that are being built right beside me. If I walked out to the real estate, to the company there, the manager who's managing the project, and said, look, I'm a realtor, and if I give you a free website for your whole development here, would you give me the opportunity to sell these for you? Will you give me an exclusive listing to sell them for you? I'll give you a free website. How much does a website cost? An income website will cost you, if you buy one, $450 a year. Do you think you would be willing to spend $450 a year to get 15 listings maybe? Hell, I would. Every single day I would, if you follow what I'm saying. So that's the kind of thing that you can do. You can create those websites, and by offering it for very special kind of properties. As a matter of fact, in the product on our tech package, Chris can talk more about it than I can, but on Imprev, they have already built in, a website that's for the listing itself, that you can have its individual website. That's already there. So, promote your social media, Google ads, all of that. I used to send out 50,000 emails every single solitary week to real estate agents when I had my credit courses. As I said, I developed this real estate agent database, and every week I sent out invitations. I did pay-per-click ads through Google. And as I say, so important. Now, I'm no expert on how to use it because I had someone who did it for me. I paid them to do it for me. There are people out there that now, because we didn't have all the videos at the time. Now the videos, you don't have to pay anybody. You can just watch the video. That's why I say, so my marketing strategy to sell your home, here are some ideas, video marketing tour, just listed mailings, just listed mega open house kind of thing, where you're going to do a virtual one probably, national and international brokerage network. Remember, we have 150 offices across Canada. We're in the US. We have 15,000 realtors, both in Canada and the United States. So you can talk about that. I provide staging, prospecting, that kind of thing, broker tours, and so on. These are the kinds of things that you're doing. This is what you can talk about and put bullet lists in your social media as the things that you do. Now, I was on the internet the other day and I thought, let me see. So I went in there and I typed in information, the home selling process. I went to Google and I typed in the home selling process. Look what's there. Now, it's not mine. Some real estate agent did this. Now, I don't expect you to copy this and put it on your website. You wouldn't want to do that. You wouldn't want anyone else to do it. But you could give this to a graphic person and say, maybe change some of the wording here. I want you to create something like this for me. Make it look different and maybe change some of the little headlines that you see here and put that on your website. Make it a part of your your listing presentation, your buying presentation. This is the kind of stuff that you can learn from the internet and use. Here's another one. Same thing, Wow, isn't this great? Seller side, buyer side, the flow of real estate transactions. And here, it shows you everything that goes on. Choose your agent, sales and market analysis, prices, that's on the seller side, establishing the price, listing agreement with the agent signed, get it on multiple listing, open houses, the general ones and the one for the agents, ones for the agents and the ones for the public. Where you're going to advertise. You get the idea. It's all laid out step by step by step, Mr. Seller, Mr. Buyer. This is what I'm going to do for you. My God, it's all here, folks. Don't tell me you don't know what to say to your client. This is that clip that I was telling you on YouTube that's been there for 11 years and over 7,000 viewers the last time I looked at it. Now, you can see I look a little younger there, but my point is it's still there. You can find this online right now when you go to YouTube and search for me. I'm telling you, you'll find it there. What a great distribution channel forever. That's why you want to use YouTube and videos. Oh my God. We talked about the open house and the virtual open house and making sure you really know how to use that camera professionally. And as that's why I say hire a pro. It'll make such a difference. And just think about the commission dollars when the property is sold. This is where I'm showing you where you could zoom in, and make sure these videos are really crisp and clean and exciting. It's going to get you business. There's no question. Real estate agents are doing webinars all the time now. Are you thinking about buying? Are you thinking about selling? Are you thinking about investing? Do you have a condo that's, one of these condos that isn't ready yet and you're thinking of selling it? Pre-construction, I'm referring to, people are doing webinars all the time. I'm doing a webinar right now. I used to only do live sessions. In other words, you'd come to a hotel and that's where I would be doing my sessions for years and years and years. For 35 years, I've been doing sessions in a hotel. And 4 years ago, they said to me, we need you to start doing webinars. And I'm like, oh my God. I thought, oh, I'm never going to like this because I'm used to being live. Well, let me tell you, I prefer webinars right now. I don't have to drive. It's so much more convenient. I reach more people. It's more convenient for you. It's just win all the way around. But I didn't know how to do them. And if you looked at my first one and the one now, I'm a whole lot better now than I was the first time. Well, folks, here we are. We are half an hour early, I believe. But congratulations. You are almost done because remember, the internet never changes. Everything you have online, you just need to grow. You're never finished. Thank you all very, very, very much for being here. I'm very excited. I hope you've learned from all of this. Thank you. Chris, are you there? Yes, you are. Oh, great. See, I've got some
on behalf of all of those claps and thumbs up and hearts and emojis. Thank you so very, 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 very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
For informing us, bringing us through all of the LinkedIn and your favorite socials.
And you graduated.
And everybody who's here.
Remember to make a list of all the courses that you've taken, these included, and make it a part of your, why use me? You've taken, and every course you attend, every webinar you attend, keep a list, because now you can say, I have taken 250 courses in real estate, whatever that number is, little by little by little, keep adding to the list. Okay, I'm done.
We can go into Q&A, but I think we don't really. Oh, somebody popped in a question. Pop in your question. Oh no, it's a thank you for all of your research and all of your findings. Thank you for all of your efforts, is what Payman has said. There's a ton of information here, folks. You will get the replay. I know some of you.
There is a question here. Are we able to post the HomeLife certificate on our LinkedIn page? Yes, you can. What you have to do is when you get it, because it comes to you in email, save it on your desktop. And then, yes, within LinkedIn, the page, it replaces a photo. So absolutely. And yes, do that, because that's a great idea, Brian.
What you're actually getting is a PDF. So I'm not 100% sure that you can post sort of the PDF, but you can post.
Maybe you can scan it.
You might want to just do like a screenshot, put it on your screen, take a screenshot, and then you have the JPEG, and you can post the JPEG.
Or clip it. Do snippet. Snippet is great. You do snippet and you cut out what you want, and then it becomes something that you can just right mouse click and pop into the photo area. So you can do that too. But yes, there is a way for you to do that.
Navneet asked, can you please share the names of the tools again? Navneet, can you just, which tools do you mean?
Canva was one that I mentioned. Canva. Remember, you're going to get a link to this course, and you can go back again and again and again and rewatch it. Someone's saying, Mehboob says you can import PDF into a Word document and then edit what you want. Thank you very much. There's another suggestion for you.
Again, many thank yous on behalf of everybody. I keep seeing thank yous in the Q&A area, in the attendee chat. I can see those thumbs. So I guess if we're good, what do I see? I was on phone yesterday and got disconnected a few times. I hope that won't be an attendance issue. Is it Shajadi? If you could do me a favor, support@homelife.com. I'll put it in there as well, in the chat area. So take a look at the chat. Support@homelife.com is my email. Just flip me a note. Give me your phone number just in case that you attended on, so that I can search it out, because it may not have linked. If that happened, it may not have linked to your actual profile. So I'll just I'll be able to link it all and look through that. Okay. If anybody has any questions for me, support@homelife.com. I put it in the attendee chat. Gabrielle, yours is on the screen there, training@homelife.com, yes. But I'll put that in the attendee chat as well. Training@homelife. Oh, I can't type.
Great. Excellent.
Sticky.
Have yourselves a wonderful day, everybody. And our next course, when is our next course? Our next course is on the 29th, called Social Selling. Social Selling on the 29th. Oh, yes. Be there or be square, folks. Make sure you attend. Every week there's something going on. We want you to make full advantage of all the training that's there. And remember, there's what, 100, I just redid my training calendar. I think we have 150 courses that you can take. It's a lot. Anyways, have a great day, everybody. Bye. Bye.